All right. So a little after 7:30, it's time to call up the 2-meter portion of the RocCityNet. Net meets here every Sunday evening on the Bristol 145.11 repeater. The purpose of the net is to build friendship and dedication between all amateur operators, amateur radio operators. We do have a period of the net where we will handle any traffic, where we may handle any traffic regarding anything that you wish to buy, sell, or trade pertaining to amateur radio. Your net control tonight is Andrew, KD2AWT, and I am located in Bergen currently. Breaking.
WR2AHL repeater.
To check into the net, please say my call sign, unkey your mic, then give me your call sign, name, and location. I will first start with any portable or mobile stations, and then we'll move to conventional traffic. Any portable or mobile stations, please call KD2AWT.
KD2AWT, W2IT mobile.
KD2AWT, 3MJH mobile.
KA2CGB mobile. KD2AWT, KD2JLH mobile.
All right, the net would like to acknowledge W2IT, W3MJH, KA2CGB, KD2JLH. Any other mobile or portable stations, please call KD2AWT. Okay, well, we have quite a few mobile stations tonight, so we'll have you guys go, and then we'll move on to regular check-in. So, how are you doing tonight, Roy?
Got back from a long drive. I went down to it was in Lake George, New York. Picked up a new Collins KW-S1 and a 75A4. In other words, I picked up the golden, they call them the Gold Dust Twins. Picked that up, and then next week we're going down to pick up another BC610 that's in pretty good condition. In fact, it's in mint condition, so it says the owner, and also a T368, which is a big, gigantic piece of AMI. We're going to get one of those too. So there will actually be some stuff for sale pretty soon on the nets in that genre. So be aware of that. But that was the day. So Brian and I just got back out. It was an 11-hour day, but it was a beautiful drive, and he drove and I kind of napped. This is W2IT back to net.
Very good, W2IT from KD2AWT. You just can't beat that. Well, good news on the trip and the new radios there. Yesterday I had quite a trip in the morning. Actually, I was doing a lot of driving. I went out to North Tonawanda yesterday morning because it was one of my first Saturdays free in a long time, and I went up there to work on the Mighty Wurlitzer at the Riviera Theater, and that was a lot of fun, exploring the different pipe chambers. Did a little bit of wiring there, actually. There's been some lights in the chambers that lit up that haven't worked in years, so got to play the organ, of course, so that was fun. All right, next on the list, W3MJH. Good evening, this is KD2AWT.
Good evening, sir. Good to hear everybody on the net tonight, and just had a fun weekend here. Very relaxing, beautiful weather. Went out to the Rah-Rah picnic yesterday, and that was fun. Got to see people there. Saw Brian there. And then I was in the area, and I stopped over to see some friends that I haven't seen in a long time, and it was just a general party day. And today I spent the first half recovering and the second half doing chores around the house. So that's it. Ready to go back to work tomorrow. And back to net control, W3MJH.
All right, very good. W3MJH from KD2AWT. Next on the list, KA2CGB. Good evening. Welcome to the net.
KD2AWT, AWT in the group from KA2CGB. Yeah, I enjoyed over the weekend operating the IARU Championship contest, which provided me with an awful lot of opportunity to throw points out various directions. Awful lot of European stations in there. It was really a lot of fun to work pile-ups on 20 meters as well as 40 meters between here and Europe as well as within the U.S. So that was really a lot of fun, and next year I'll take it more seriously and maybe keep actual scores on my side. Aside from that, yeah, it was nice to get out to the RocCityNet picnic yesterday. And tomorrow is AWA, so it's stuff coming up all the time. Back to net control, KA2CGB.
All right, very good. Glad you enjoyed the RocCityNet picnic. Didn't know that was going on, but very good. We'll break with you. And next on the list, we have KD2JLH. Good evening, Mike, and good to hear you on the air. Suppose you're, well, I'm not sure where you might be mobile, but you got a pretty good signal in the repeater tonight. Over to you.
Hey, KD2JLH from KD2AWT in the group. In case somebody doesn't recognize the call sign, this is Mike from Batavia, but currently mobile in Bergen, heading for home. So I'll be out of this repeater here shortly. No words. Nice to be able to hit the net again. So maybe I'll see you guys at Batavia next weekend. This is KD2JLH, and I'll throw it back to KD2AWT in the net control.
All right, very good. Very good. Thank you, Mike. In Bergen, well, I probably would have no issue. I'd have no issues hearing you on the input for sure. All right. Well, that's it for our mobile stations. So thanks to all of the mobile stations that checked in. We'll move on to anyone, anywhere. Anyone, anywhere is welcome to check into the net. At this point, you don't have to be a member affiliated with us in any way. Just please give your give my call sign and then unkey your mic and give your name, call sign, and location. All right. Anyone, anywhere is welcome to check in. This is KD2AWT.
KD2AWT. WB2KAO, Tim in Greece with traffic.
KD2AWT. K2ZX, Joe in North Greece, also with traffic.
KD2AWT. KD2LGX. KD2AWT. K2WEK, Bill in Ontario.
KD2AWT. Go Delta 2, Charlie Tango 2, Zulu, Don and Webster.
KD2AWT, copy KC2GTO, Paul and Webster.
KD2AWT. This is KD2MGM. It's Mike Golf Mike. Matt here in Canada, New York.
All right, we'll hold it there. Net would like to acknowledge WB2KAO. Welcome, Tim. With traffic, K2ZX. Also with traffic, KD2LGX, K2WEK, KD2CTZ, and KC2GTO, and KD2MJM. All right. Actually, we'll go down this portion of the list as well, considering there's 2 stations with traffic, and then we'll resume check-in. So, WB2KAO, welcome, Tim. How are you doing tonight? And the floor is yours.
WB2KAO with the RocCityNet. Good evening, Andrew, and to everyone else. Just a correction on the last call. Was KD2MGM, like the MGM Studios, Mike Golf Mike. Very good. Good evening, sir. It was mentioned by KD2JLH, but I just thought I'd reiterate the Batavia Hamfest is this coming Saturday, the 15th, sponsored by the Lancaster Amateur Radio Club at the Alexander Fireman's Field. I know all the information is online, but never hurts to publicize it auditorily on the net. It is this coming Saturday, the 15th of July, the what we always refer to as the Batavia Hamfest at the Alexander Fireman's Field. That was all I had. We're down to camp this weekend. I did not make it to the Rah-Rah picnic. Sounds like it was a good time, though. And very, very good. And just to mention, never too early to mark your calendars for the 19th of August, the Barnard Fireman's Field, the RRA and Barnard Fire Department Hamfest on Saturday, August 19th. Back to net. KD2AWT, WB2KAO. Everybody have a good week.
All right, very good. Thanks, Tim. Very good. Okay. Yeah, I wish. It's too bad that my couple of weeks off didn't line up with the Batavia Hamfest, but whatever. I'll catch it next year. So we'll break with you. Next on the list, we have Joe, K2ZX. Good evening. Welcome to the net, Joe.
Yeah, KD2AWT in the RocCityNet, K2ZX. Joe up here in Greece. Very busy weekend, man. Just lots of stuff going on. But I also do have some stuff for sale. I have a dual band Yagi, 5-element 2-meter, 8-element 70-centimeter 440, along with a Radio Shack TV antenna rotator. The antenna is probably about 4 months old. The rotator is basically brand new. It's only been up there for probably about 2 months, but it was a new in-box old stock. So with the controller, 75 feet of cable to the controller, looking for $125 for that. Put it together in a package deal. It gets you up directionability either in sideband or FM on 2-meter 440. And I also have a M-square 7-element, a 2-meter beam, which can be run either vertical or horizontal. Looking for $125 for that. So that's about it. Just changing a few. Oh, I got an Arrow 6-meter ground plane. I'll let go for $35. That's pretty new as well. They're all pretty new antennas. But just changing things around here at the QTH. So if anybody's interested, you know how to get a hold of me. Facebook me, email me. Good on QRZ. And all that stuff is in 100% perfect condition. Back to you, Andrew. KD2AWT and a net K2ZX.
All right, very good, Joe. I'm not sure if you want to try it after the net or if you're just going to be sticking around, but speaking of sideband, might you want to try 2-meter sideband after the net, Joe?
I could do that.
That would be great. Yeah, I've been so busy I haven't been able to try this radio out yet. And I know the reason you didn't hear me the other day was because I wasn't on, and we weren't on at the right times. Very good. We'll break with you. K2ZX, this is KD2AWT. Next on the list, KD2LGX. Good evening. Welcome to the net.
Well, good evening, everybody, and hope everybody had a great weekend. I went to Rags Ham Fest today out in Cicero, and I got there bright and early for a change, even though I woke up late. Anyways, I bought a couple things out there. I got a long time, well, just over a year ago, I bought a Mirage MP1 SWR power meter, and I just got its brother today, the MP2, for 50 megahertz and 2 meters. And I also picked up, I couldn't pass up the deal. I picked up another SB220. I kind of bought it for a friend of mine. He came over tonight and looked at it, and it's got 700 watts out, so it works good. And just picked up a couple other odds and ends out there. And I'm actually using 5 watts right now and a horizontally polarized antenna coming into the repeater. So I hope everything sounds good. And very good. KD2AWT, back to you. KD2LGX.
KD2LGX, KD2AWT, you're full quieting. I believe I'm also running 5 watts, or whatever the minimum this radio puts out. Normally a 100-watt radio, but I have it turned down as low as it'll go, and I assume it's doing very well for me. Okay, all right. We'll break with you, KD2LGX. This is KD2AWT. Next on the list, we have K2WEK. Good evening. Welcome to the net.
Good evening, Andrew, and everyone else on the net. Good to hear everybody tonight. Nothing much new to report here. Cleaned up the shack a little bit today because it was starting to actually look like a shack, and it was getting pretty crowded with junk. And so I got that all cleaned up and straightened out the maze of wires and got those all looking nice again. So that was the big task of the day, I guess. Good weekend. Weather was nice, so I hope everybody got out and enjoyed some of the good weather for a change on a weekend. That's about it. So that will turn it back to you, Andrew. KD2AWT is K2WEK.
KD2WEK, KD2AWT. Very good. Thank you. We'll break with you. Next on the list, KD2CTZ. Good evening and welcome to the net. This is KD2AWT Net Control.
KD2A or CTZ here. Good evening, Andrew, and everyone else on the net. As a QRPer, it's kind of nice to hear everybody running 5 watts. You know, it's kind of unusual. But hi. But haven't had a whole lot of radio play this weekend. I was doing a bunch of stuff and enjoying the beautiful weather we had for a change on a weekend. Back to you.
Yeah, it sure has been beautiful weather. I was enjoying that a lot today, actually. Been outside, just enjoying the weather just outside my window, and we have a hammock out there, so didn't get much done, but hey, what are you going to do? I do need to start getting some things done, but at least I have the time at least I have a little bit of time to get things together. Shoot. Okay, KD2 CTZ, I believe. Just trying to remember which station I left off at. All right, I'm going to I think this is right. We'll break with KD2WEK. It's KD2AWT over to KD2CTZ.
WR2AHL repeater.
Yes, sir. KD2CTZ here. Just want to, Andrew, so you missed one, or you backed up one, so that's on the way.
Oh, did I skip one?
sir. You just called me twice.
Okay, so I have to go forward one.
USO.
That's what I thought I was doing. I took a shot, and I guess I... Okay, thanks. Okay, we'll break with KD2 CTZ next on the list. KC2 GTO. Good evening. Welcome to the net. This is KD2 AWT.
Yeah, hey, Andrew and everyone in the net. Hope you guys had a great week. Had fun with 13 colonies. Got a couple more of those. And a little bit in the HF contest yesterday. Was down camping in northern Pennsylvania. And I made contacts until the ranger stopped by and told me I had to take my 80-meter dipole down. I had it set up in a sloper type position. It was actually working real good, but one of my neighbors, I guess, was worried that I was going to make the tree sad or something like that. So they came over and said, please don't make the tree sad. You got to take your wire down. So that was it for the weekend. But anyway, still had fun. With that, I'll give it back to you, and maybe we'll see you guys next weekend at Batavia. KC2 GTO back over to net control.
KC2 GTO, KD2 AWT. Well, that's a little strange. I've never heard that argument against throwing wires up in the tree, but okay. All right, KC2 GTO will break with you. Next on the list, we have KD2 with correction. Thank you, Tim. Mike Golf Mike. Mike Golf Mike. Go ahead and welcome to the net.
Thank you, Andrew, and good evening, everybody. Just wanted to check in and say it was a gorgeous weekend. Got a lot done around the house here. Actually went over to visit my brother briefly, and he built a homemade 2-meter Yagi, 3-element. That was pretty cool to see that. So that's sort of inspired me to build my own antennas. So I might start that some point this week. Yeah, but so just wanted to check in and say hello. Great job with the net tonight, Andrew. I'll pass it back to you. This will be KD2 MGM clear.
All right, very good. Thank you. KD2 MGM, this is KD2 AWT. We're back to the end of the list, so we'll open it back up for check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Anyone, anywhere is welcome. Please give my call sign, unkey your mic, then give your call sign, name, and location. Like I said, anybody, anywhere is welcome, so anyone that's looking to check in, please call KD2 AWT. We're starting up again.
KD2 AWT. Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform.
KD2 AWT. Copy Whiskey 3, Oscar, Alpha, Bravo.
KD2 AWT. WES, Wesley and Warrington, portable.
KD2 AWT. N2 AWA, Jeff and Victor.
KD2 AWT. This is KD2 NTX, Joe from Gates.
KD2 AWT. Copy Kilo 2, Mike Tango Hotel, Mark in beautiful downtown Ogden, New York. No messages, check-in only.
All right, we'll pause it there. Net would like to acknowledge Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform. Whiskey 3, Oscar Alpha Bravo. Believe it's November 2. I didn't catch the beginning of the call sign, but I know it's WES, November 2 WES. Please come back with a correction if I did in fact get that wrong. November 2 Alpha Whiskey Alpha, Kilo Delta 2 November Tango X-Ray, and K2 MTH. No traffic. We'll go back up to the top list. VE3 India Quebec uniform. Good evening. Welcome to the net.
A very good evening, Andrew, and to all the others on the net tonight, some of which I recognize, and Others are new acquaintances. Anyhow, my name is Reg, Radio Echo Germany, and I'm located about 16 kilometers, let's say 7 miles south of Trenton on Weller's Bay, directly across the lake from Rochester on that little protrusion on the north side of Lake Ontario. We got a not so great evening here tonight. It's 21 degrees though, and partially cloudy skies, but so far nothing in the way of rain. Oh, back to you, KD2AWT, VE3IQU.
Let me see if I heard this right. Did you say what temperature is it?
I said 21 degrees, but I forgot that you guys are still on Fahrenheit. It's 71 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, and I forgot you're on Celsius, so that makes a little more sense. Well, that's pretty beautiful weather if it's sunny out. Well, very neat. Nice to hear you from across the lake there, and yeah, I have some family up visiting from North Carolina, and I saw one of my cousins yesterday, and she took a trip up to Niagara Falls, to the Canadian side, and then eventually up to Toronto. So I've been getting pictures from Toronto today. So that's pretty neat. Made me think of that. But yeah, that makes a little more sense now with the conversion. Very good. Well, thanks for checking in. It's great to have you, and we'll break with you. And thanks for checking in. VE3 India Quebec uniform. This is KD2AWT. Over to W3OAB. Welcome, John.
Good evening, folks. Had a good time at the Combustion Fest event on 4th of July. We detonated a lot of explosive devices and things like that. Played music on the sound system and watched people flying all sorts of drones. This year's big hit was drones. Everybody had all kinds of high technology drones, and we're flying them around and making videos of the event, and it was fantastic. Then we yesterday got a chance to go to Auburn, New York, down there near Union Springs, where Doug W2GT's house is. We got to picnic with he and his lovely wife, and then we went over to see Dave, K2WZS at the High Voltage Lab, Larry, W2LB, N8YG Brad, and WV2UAQ Pete, and myself were over there and traipsed around the legendary High Voltage Lab that people hear about when they listen to the AWA net. We got to see all of the various things. It's just too numerous to mention. It's a wonderful thing in and of itself, a technology museum very similar to the AWA museum, but it's all types of technologies. So had a busy weekend, and back to net, and the work week begins. This is Whiskey 3, Oscar Alpha Bravo.
All right, very good. W3OAB, KD2AWT. Sounds like you had a good 4th of July weekend there. That sounds like quite the time. Mine was a little more low-key this week, but that's okay. 4th of July weekend. 4th of July, not on the weekend this time, but 4th of July week, I guess. Okay, next on the list we have, I believe it's November 2 WES. Good evening, welcome to the net. This is KD2AWT.
Hello, Stan. MCWES. Yeah, we spent all weekend volunteering at the Place MS Station. Yesterday, I was a ham radio operator for the rest stop. So when that was over, I did all day today. I thought it was pretty fun, but other than that, we haven't been doing much. Hand it back to Matt.
All right, very good, Wesley. It's good to hear that you had fun operating there, and that's great. It's great to get yourself out there. Do it when you have the time. Time is becoming very scarce for me, and it's nice. It's nice when you have time to do those things. And of course, there's a lot of people in this hobby that are retired, and a lot of people that, well, there's some people that are starting out too. That I remember when I was about 5 or 6 years younger, just getting started. I had a lot of time on my hands, and almost wish I took advantage of it even more so than I did, but I'm glad of the time that I took and put into this hobby. Now, things are a little tighter with time, but we managed to squeeze it in somehow. But it's definitely great that you're getting out there and operating and making use of your call letters, so very good. We'll break with you. Next on the list, we have November 2 AWA. Good evening. Welcome to that KD2 AWT.
Yeah, very good, Andrew. Good evening to you and to the net. Yeah, I sat there and turned around and went ahead and jumped in and architected and designed the framework to innovate the sector and get outside to expand some of my backyard chores and balanced socialization activities. Demonstrated the 2-meter radio for a friend visiting from Canada also, which was fun. In other words, had a nice weekend back to net and to AWA.
All right, very good. N2AWA. This is KD2AWT. Next on the list, KD2 November Tango X-Ray.
Yes, good evening, Andrew, and the rest of the net. This is Joe, KD2NTX. I'm kind of new to the hobby. Just want to let everybody know that I've been having a real good time listening to everybody. Usually listen to everybody in the morning, and their little groups, and can't really get out that much and talk because I'm limited to a handheld right now. Still trying to get a mobile into my truck. I spent about 3.5 hours this weekend trying to get power from the cab to the under the hood through the firewall, and with no luck. And the antenna people sent me the wrong parts, so back to square one. But enough of my problems. That's all I got. Back to the net. This is KD2NTX.
All right, very good. Well, relatively new to the hobby, welcome, and hope you're enjoying it so far, and hope you have much enjoyment to come. So, very good. We'll break with you. Next on the list, we have KD2, or K2. Is it KD2? I'm not sure. K2MTH. This is KD2 AWT. No traffic, so didn't see that note until afterwards. So next, we'll open it back up for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere is welcome. Please call KD2 AWT.
WA2ZNC. Good afternoon.
KD2 AWT. This is KC2DQS, CPS, J, and Barrington. I'll be in and out, no traffic today. 73.
Could the Parrington station, Jay, could you go again? There's another station that covered you up, if you could try it again.
Yes, sir. Name here is Jay, Juliet Alpha Yankee. The call sign is W4. That's Whiskey 4. Juliet Papa Sierra. W4JPS. And again, Jay and Parrington. In and out.
Great, thank you, Jay. So we have WA2ZNC, KC2DQS, and W4JPS. No traffic. Any other stations, please call KD2AWT.
KD2AWT.
WA2OFF, Keith and Gorham. No traffic, just checking in for the numbers. Have a good night, everybody.
WA2OFF, no traffic, recognized. Any other stations? Okay, we'll start up at the top of the new list. WA2ZNC, good evening. Welcome to the net. This is KD2AWT.
Good evening, Andrew and the net. WA2ZNC. Pretty hectic weekend. I did make the RocCityNet picnic. Kind of surprised that very few, it seemed to me, was very few people showed up there. The food was great as normal. And I had one of the picnic goers from across the street walked across, saw our activities, and so I wound up spending I don't know, maybe 10 minutes on antennas, and he wanted to know more about that and what our group was, and I led him to go to the meeting. Boy Scout, he was familiar with the Boy Scout home headquarters, so we may get a new prospective ham there. So, otherwise, spent the time, ate. That's good. Said hello to a lot of hams that I don't see too often, and made my way back home and working on rearranging the ham shack. Too many wires, too confusing. Andrew, back to you, WA2ZNC.
Very good, WA2ZNC, KD2AWT. Next on the list, KC2DQS. Good evening, welcome to the net.
Yeah, good evening. The name's here Dave, and I'm just heading home from the lake. Had a nice weekend down there, and didn't make the rah-rah picnic, but maybe one of these years I will, and no particular traffic other than just an update. Back to you.
Okay, very good. Next two stations are no traffic, W4JPS and WA2OFF. Any other stations here before we close up the net? Please call KD2AWT.
Hey, Andrew, a quick question.
Go right ahead.
What frequency are you and Joe going to be on 2-meter sideband? I want to test my radio. I haven't been on there. Are you using the same frequency that the Monday night net is on?
I still haven't had a chance to check into the Monday night net. I might check into it tomorrow night, depending on how my schedule goes out. I don't know. We could do whatever frequency you want. Joe had to take off. He messaged me on Facebook. So if you just want to test between the two of us, we could do that.
WR2AHL repeater.
Do you know the frequency? I don't know it offhand, but I have it on a label on my radio. Do you know the frequency for the Monday night net? Can you get there easily, or should I go check it and come back here and tell you?
Well, how about this? Why don't we do it on the calling frequency for 2-meter sideband? I can tell it to you right now. 144.2.
Okay. All right, thanks. And 2AWA.
And then if we need to, we can move. All right, we'll meet you over at 144.2 calling and move wherever we need to. I'm going to close the net here, so thanks to all the stations that checked in tonight. I didn't get a count on them, but we had a good amount. Don't forget about the 80-meter portion on Wednesday night of the RocCityNet. I'd like to wish everyone a great week ahead, and would like to thank Mike and everybody else that helps out with the repeater for keeping this wonderful system up, and for the permission to use this repeater. 73s, and everyone have a good week. We'll hopefully catch you on the 80-meter net. Maybe we'll catch you on 2-meter sideband this week. That's something I wanted to do, and I've got the sideband radio perfect for it. So 73s, KD2AWT will be turning the frequency back to normal amateur use.